waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. Your love is too high. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. I said, bring me down, can't none bring me down. Your love is too high. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. I said, because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. Your love is too high.
Just when I thought I said all I can say, my chick on the side says she got one on the way. These are my confessions. Man, I'm thrown and I don't know what to do. I guess I gotta keep part two of my confessions. If I'm gonna tell it, then I gotta tell it all. Damn near cried when I got that phone call. I'm so thrown, I don't know what to do but to keep part two of my confessions. Now this gon' be the hardest thing I think I ever had to do. Got me talking to myself, asking how I'm gon' tell you about that chick on part one I told y'all I was creeping with. Say she's 3 months pregnant and she's keeping it. The first thing that came to mind was you. Second thing was, how do I know if it's mine and is it true? Third thing was me wishing that I never did what I did. How I ain't ready for no kid and bye-bye to a relationship. These are my confessions. Just when I thought I said all I can say, my chick on the side says she got one
These
on the way.
are
These are my
my
confessions. Man, I'm thrown and I don't know what to do now. I guess I gotta keep part two of my confessions. If I'm gonna tell it, then I gotta tell it all. Damn near cried when I got that phone call. I'm so I don't know what to do but to keep part two of my confessions. Stuck on stupid trying to figure out when, what, and how I'ma let this come out of my mouth. Said it ain't gonna be easy, but I need to stop thinking, contemplating, be a man and get it over with. I'm riding in my whip, racing to her place, talking to myself, preparing to tell her to her face. She opened up the door and didn't wanna come near me. I said, one second, baby, please hear me. These are my confessions. Just when I thought I said all I can say, my chick on the side said she got one on the way. These are my confessions. Man,
So
I'm
gone,
thrown and I
so
don't know
gone.
what to do.
What to do?
Guess I gotta give part two of my confessions. If I'm gonna tell it, then I gotta tell it all. Damn near cried when I got that phone call.
When I got
I'm
it,
so thrown,
didn't know what to do.
I don't know what to do but to
I need to
keep
tell
part
you,
two of my
baby.
confessions.
And this by far is the hardest thing I think I've ever had to do. To tell you, the woman I love, that I'm having a baby by a woman that I barely even know.
Welcome to another episode of Conversations and Confessions with K. Lowery Moore. I am honored that you are here because I know it's Thanksgiving tomorrow and you guys got to get your dinners together. But while you prepping your dinner tonight, you could turn on your laptop, turn me on, listen to what I have to say this evening. Because I have a special episode that I want to do tonight, and that is giving thanks to all of my previous guests. I launched this show on 3 months ago, August the 27th, and I wanted to just kind of just mention everybody that's been with me through this journey, because I really appreciate you just coming on to the show and just helping me, through this process. So I'm gonna play a little soft music. So this is a radio show. Sometimes we forget that, we do a lot of talking, and I forget to play some music. Eric, is that good? Okay. The first guest that I just want to mention, from my September the 3rd show, because actually my August the 27th show I did not have a guest, and I'll get back to that show later. But for September the 3rd, which is episode 2, I had Kaniki, and I always get that wrong, so hopefully I got it right. Kaniki J. She was on the show on September the 3rd, and I have one of the first picture of the show. Yeah, we have a lot to show, a lot to catch up on. So that's Kaniki, and Kaniki has 3 books. And those are her books, and the books were, they are In Real Life, The Color Blue, and The Other Side of Pretty. And I wanted to mention that she hosts an open mic show. There we go. She has an open mic poetry on first Mondays in Shirlington. So if you want to support Kaniki and go out to Bus Boys and Poet, if you're a poet yourself and you want to get on there and do your thing, that's the time to do it. This week is actually it's December the 1st. I can't believe it's December already, but it's Sagittarius season, which that's my sign, so I'm not mad at all. So like I said, that's Kaniki Jakarta. She is the author of 3 books. You can go support her at the open mic, and if you want to follow her on Facebook, she's at Kaniki J. On Twitter, she's Kaniki J as well. So once again, I just wanted to thank her for she was actually my first in studio guest, and I am thankful for her and her long-time sisterhood. Okay, my September the 10th show actually was a repeat of one of my first episode, because I was on vacation. So I am going to move to September the 17th. That was my episode 3. And all of these episodes that I'm mentioning are on, I have a YouTube channel, K. Lowry Moore. I posted, I think most of them are already there. I have to go through them tonight to make sure that they all are posted, because sometimes I was experiencing some technical difficulty. And but I want to make sure you know that they are all on YouTube. But September the 17th show, I had Millie in the City. Millie in the City matchmaking. And I do have an announcement that I wanted to share for her show. She's trying to break a record. So she is having she's trying to break a record of the world's biggest speed dating event. So on January the 18th, 2015 at 3 o'clock, Millie in the City, she is going to have an event at the Martini's Restaurant and Lounge in Fort Washington, Maryland. It's from 3 to 6. And the ages that she's targeting is ages 25 to 50. The doors open at 2:30. The cost is $25. That's a discounted rate that you can get from her website, which is millieinthecity.com. Or it's also on Living Social. At this event, everybody will get a grab bag. I am honored to be one of the sponsors for this event, and I hope to see some of you all there. Again, it is she's trying to set a record for the world's largest speed dating event. If you've never gone to a speed dating event, if you're single, you want to come on out, have a good time, just mingle and meet some folks from the Washington, D.C. area, come out and support this event. Again, it's millieinthecity.com for more information. Okay, let's see. I hope you all are enjoying the Erica Badu Live. That's one of my favorite CDs, so I decided to bring that with me today to play in my background. Don't have my wine again, y'all. That's my coconut water. I'm still trying to get down a few pounds for my birthday vacation in Jamaica. So hopefully in Jamaica, I'll be sipping from a real coconut on the beach. So, but right now I just have the coconut water. And okay, so we're moving on to my next show was September 24th. I didn't have a guest on that show either. So I'm going to move on to October the 1st. I had brother Calvin Tucker on the show. And Calvin is he's an inspirational artist. He's a certified minister, but he's also a model. He has a calendar for sale. The information is on the flyer. If you want to support him, support his, just support your local art. Well, I'm from Washington, D.C., so that's, I'm going to say local artists from D.C. So you want to support him, then his information is on the flyer. You can send him an email to, it says calshowtime@gmail.com. Yeah, so if you want to support him, you can reach out to him and support his calendar. So, okay, we're gonna move on to my next show, which was that's all right. We got some technical difficulty, guys. That's all right. Okay, we back. Those things happen, but my next show was October the 8th, and I had Mike Warren. But actually, I'm gonna get back to Mike Warren because he is actually. We're gonna have him on the phone because we're gonna discuss some of his new things live. I'm gonna discuss them with him tonight. If you don't remember Mike Warren, he was the author of the lesbian gay novels, and that was actually an awesome interview. So if you get an opportunity, go to my YouTube channel and click on it, which is episode 6. And yeah, he's hilarious. That's why he's called. We're gonna get him on the phone again tonight because that was a good interview. So, but I want to move to, like I said, because I got a lot of announcements this evening. So I'm going to move to, let's see, October 22nd. Yes, there was Twisting Words. I had a poet, and let me get his information. He has a spoken word event. Let me see what. It's called Spoken Word Poetry. Eric, you see that flyer for spoken word poetry? Okay. Twisting Words, he was a guest on my episode 8, October 27th. Again, go to my YouTube channel, K. Lowry Moore, and view that conversation. But this event, the Spoken Word Poetry Presents, they have this is the flyer that was from this week, but they're having an event there. It's every other Tuesday, so I believe it's the second and the fourth Tuesday of each month. It's an open mic, so I have a lot of poets on the show. If you want to go support these events, if you're an artist and you're looking for a way to get your work out there, this is just another way to showcase your work. So, all right, there we go. Okay. But before I go any further with the rest of my announcements, I do just want to say, send out my condolences to the family of the D.C. Mayor, Marion Barry. I'm not going to get into all the drama. Well, actually, yes, I am. Yes, I am. There's no way I can get past what happened with TMZ. I mean, I know people are tired of talking about it, and people are saying to me, well, why are you surprised? I'm very surprised. And it's not because it's TMZ, it's because someone, he's gone. And out of all of the other people that have passed away that TMZ reported on, I've never seen any heading just so disrespectful. Yes, we all know what he did. You know, we all have flaws. And I just found that to be very disrespectful. But like a lot of people are saying, I'm not looking for an apology because I'm one of those people that if it's not sincere, then don't apologize. I just now know the asshole that you are, and then I'll just deal with you accordingly. That's just how I look at everything. But I'm not big on celebrity gossip, but when I was in a mood for it, that is what I would watch. And I actually enjoyed some of the shows, but now I'm bothered. I've signed a petition and everything to, have them remove the heading, but I don't think they're going to do it. So to the family of Marion Barry, I grew up in Maryland as a teenager. I'm originally from DC, but my children both benefited from the summer job program that he started years ago. My kids had summer jobs through that program. Kids are learning some skills, some customer service skills, some computer skills. I mean, sometimes we gotta look for the good, but I know that's not the world we live in. We like to focus on the negative, on people's flaws. We kind of forget everything good that they do. You could do one bad thing, and it's like everything that you did great just disappeared. And I don't live like that. So I met Marion Barry one time in the grocery store because he's lived in the neighborhood that was up the street from where I was living, and he was in the Safeway shopping for his groceries like everybody else. And I remember going into the Madame Tussauds, the wax museum, and I took a picture with his wax. I wish I had that picture, but I don't have that picture. But I took a picture with him in there. I thought that was a great honor to have a wax figure from Marion Barry in Madame Tussauds. So that should let people know right there that he really meant something to the city. He meant a lot. He meant a lot to a lot of people other than just for his family. There were people who, little boys who looked up to him because he was a civil rights leader. I don't think people really realized that. So he didn't just appear as a DC mayor. He was doing things long before that. So as people are saying, I'm not going to harp on the whole TMZ thing, but I had to mention that was just very disrespectful. But he will be laid to rest next week, and I just send out my condolences to his family, and now he's resting well. So I had to get that off my chest. So, now we're going to move on to, let's see, my October 29th show. I had a singer on the show, Karima Scott. See, Eric, do you have a beautiful picture? I just think that is a beautiful picture. A beautiful picture. I met Karima through through a mutual friend, and I was just blown away by her talent. And let's see, I think I have one of the songs we tried to play the day that she was on the show. We couldn't get it to play. So Eric, I think I'm gonna be able to. Let's see how I'm gonna do this. Okay, I'm gonna pause Erykah Badu, and we're going to play her song. It's the which they call it the Black Woman song. So let's see if we can.
Walking down the street, as she was.
Just talk? Okay. Okay. All right. So I hope you all enjoyed that song. That was Karima Scott, the Black Woman song. I really love that song. It has the go-go vibe to it. And Karima, we're gonna actually come up with. I'm trying to come up with a theme song for my show for 2015. So I look forward to working with her on some theme music and some other projects. So that was Karima Scott. So now I have Mike Warren on the phone. Mike, you there?
Yes, I'm here. How you doing?
I am great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Doing well.
Okay. The last time I talked to you, you was trying to get some good. I would never forget that. That was hilarious. Okay, but for
Well, what can I say?
right. But for those who are just tuning in and did not hear the announcement, this show is a Thanksgiving show. I'm giving thanks to all of my previous guests. I launched this show on August the 27th, so it's actually my 3-month anniversary. It's been a learning experience. It's been a lot of fun. I made some mistakes. I'm human. This is live. There's no take two. So basically, it's what you see is what you get. But Mike Warren, he's an author of the LGBT novels. He was on the episode 6 on October the 8th. And like I said before, you guys can go to YouTube. My YouTube channel is K. Lowry Moore and view any back episodes. So, Mike, I want you to, what's been going on since we spoke last month?
Oh, wow. There's been a lot of things going on. Number one, I did finish my last book entitled Love All of Me.
Love All of Me. I think I have let me see, I should have a cover for that. There we go.
That's the final chapter to the Private Affair series with Sean and Cameron.
Okay, so just let's recap for those who probably didn't see our interview. Tell me again your books in sequence, starting with the ones from A Private Affair. How are those books linked to? I mean, what are the books in the series?
Well, the first one is, of course, A Private Affair.
Okay.
The second one is entitled Sweet Swagger.
Okay.
The third one is titled Sir, Yes, Sir.
Okay.
And the fourth, basically, is that one there called Love All of Me.
Love All of Me. And you probably not expecting this question because you know how I do. I like to throw the little surprises in there. You're one of my favorite people to surprise.
Well, I can't do it without an orgy.
Without an orgy? Oh, we don't have our orgy tonight. Some people are probably saying, Lord, what are they talking about? But to those of you who don't know, when Mike was on the show, we had an orgy together. But actually, that is a drink. we had a drink called orgy together. But yeah. But the last time you were here, you briefly mentioned. Okay, you got to help me out. And sir, was it Sir? Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, you mentioned that there was some type of pyramid thing that you all had.
Pyramid?
Huh?
You said pyramid?
No, it was like a pyramid, not a pyramid, but like okay, I forget what you called it. Will you bring other boys? Was it boys and sirs?
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, what happens is with a private affair, of course, Sean, his brother, who was a young brother, married at an early age, he was like 18 years old, had a wife, family, and a son, and he joined the military, just before this. So what had happened, once he went through the changes of realizing his sexuality, going, I guess, being straight to gay, actually progressed. I mean, he gotten into this thing called the SBI.
What is it called?
SBI, which is initials for Sirs and Boys Incorporated.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And so what that is, that is
SBI.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much there you have sirs and masters, and what you do is that it's a group of guys that sir or master, you can go out and get your boy. Now, title necessarily means that men, boys, be male or female. Okay, so, and when I say boy, I'm talking about boy. You're talking about for at least 18 days.
Wait a minute, hold on one second, Mike. I'm kind of getting every other word. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, what I was saying was that when you refer to someone as a boy, they are pretty much subservient to the sir or the master. But when I say boy, I'm not talking about little boy. You know, I'm talking about the title being a boy. You could be a male or female, and of course, 18 years of age or height. I talk about kids. You know, that's another. That's being a different, whatever that. You know, this is and it's that relation kind of similar to those who are into the whip, the leather, you know, kind of, but it's not as serious.
Okay, I'm trying to make sure I understand because unfortunately with this line, sometimes it's clear and sometimes it's not. So let me just recap. So the organization, because I'm reading Sir Yes Sir. I started reading that one after our conversation on October the 8th, and they're talking about now they're talking about this Sir, you said Sirs and Boys Incorporated?
Yes.
So basically you have a sir who go out and can get boys, and it can be a male or female?
Yes.
But they have to be basically submissive sexually to the sir.
Pretty much, yes.
Okay. Now,
but again, it's not about sex.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Now,
I mean, there are people out here for whatever reason need to have someone to direct their path.
Okay.
So to speak.
Okay.
You know.
Okay, so that you talked about in Sir Yes Sir, that is something that's based on some true events.
Yes.
Okay. And so basically, for anybody that missed it, Mike Warren, he's the author of LGBT novels, and that's lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender novels.
Yes.
And he wrote a book called A Private Affair, and in The Private Affair, you had a married man who pretty much was turned out in the military. Was that correct?
Yes.
Okay, he was turned out in the military. So in A Private Affair, which is loosely based on true life, he moved.
My experiences.
Based on Mike's experiences in the military, and A Private Affair was the first novel. Then it was Sir Yes Sir, and then I know you wrote some other novels in between, but then the third book to that is Love All of Me.
No.
Okay.
It's A Private Affair.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet Swagger.
Oh, Sweet Swagger. Okay.
Yes. Sir Yes Sir. that love all of me.
Oh, no. Okay, so it's 4. So I'm missing. So,
Right.
okay, gotcha.
Well, but see, the thing is that after I finished Sir, Yes, Sir, a lot of people were interested in the character Cameron Jenkins.
Okay.
So I wrote another book about Cameron and how he got to be the way that he is, and that is called Just Make Him Beautiful.
Okay. Okay. And let's see. Now tell me about we talked briefly the other day about the organization that you just started. The National Gay Black Father Organization. Did I get that correct?
National Black Gay Fathers Support Group.
Support group. Okay.
Yes.
So tell me, so did you start this organization?
Well, I didn't start the organization. Who started the organization was a gentleman by the name of J.L. King.
Okay.
And remember, he's the writer who had started the book, I guess, I don't know, 15 years or so ago, called On the Down Low. And, he was on Oprah, and everything got out, and, he got critically acclaimed, for the particular book with the term considered DL or being on DL.
Right.
Started the organization, and we just talking about, I guess, a month or so ago, and I wanted to be a part of it, help him with it. So that's what we started. So even though he's the founder, I'm the president of the organization. And what we want to do is try to have a support group for black fathers. Because there are a lot of black gay fathers that may be going through a divorce, may be going through changes, with mother of their child, and trying to have a better communication with them, as well as anything that any other group consists of. Even if it's death of a child, or being able to communicate better with the child, or even when it comes to coming out and being yourself, and coming out, they call it pause, So it's a journey, and everybody can do it at the same time. So, it's just a matter of helping people or helping black gay fathers through this whole journey.
Okay. So how important, well, I'm not going to say how important, but what challenges do you think a lot of gay men face when dealing with their families and their children where they need to have the benefit, to get the benefits from this support group?
Well, I think what happens is that when you have, a family who doesn't support you,
okay,
or if you have a, mother of your child, who, doesn't support who you are, excuse me, angry or mad, and now all of a sudden, you're gay, so a lot of, and I don't blame, I think it's all, but, have problems with that, so I think to the organization, we get to help them when it comes to communicating, getting them to understand what the situation is. And the bottom line is that it's about children. It's not about the man, but it's about children.
Okay.
Like it, and trying to help them when it comes to, like I said, whatever point that is the time.
Okay. Now,
it's kind of like, I don't know, AA.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you're right. I think that a lot of times we don't, depending on no matter what we're going through, and we all go through different things. I don't think that we always have the support of your family or your close friends. And I'm going to even say it as far as people who are entrepreneurs. I hear a lot of authors that say that they don't feel, support. I know a lot of people that do, but sometimes you just feel like you by yourself because your family will support the first book and they may support the second book, but by the third and fourth book they looking at you like, come on now. And I've done events that I just felt like that everybody that was there I didn't know. So I was feeling like I was getting more support from strangers than I was from people that was close to me.
Right.
So
right.
that is, support period in life to me is very important. Like I said, no matter what we're going through, and to be a gay father, I can imagine that being a challenge because a lot of people do not believe that children should be raised by, two dads or even two moms.
But what's funny about that is that the majority of gay people out here, gay and lesbian people out here, were raised by straight individuals.
Say that again. They were raised by, you said raised by straight individuals?
Yeah, I'm saying all these gay people and all the lesbians and transgenders, who do you think raised?
Right.
Straight people.
Right.
So what's the big deal? I was raised by straight parents. And most gay and lesbian people that I know were raised by straight people. So for people to have a problem with gay people trying to raise a child, who is to say what's going to happen? The bottom line is that if you're going to be gay, you're going to be gay, whether you're raised by straight or gay parents.
Right. And it's funny. It's funny you brought that up because I wrote myself a note, and I'm glad you brought it up because I wrote myself a note, and I hid the note somewhere. But I wrote myself a note to bring that up. I had someone. It was on Facebook, of course. Back when I first joined Facebook, I used to love Facebook, but now I'm starting to really loathe going on there. If it wasn't for promoting and things like that, I probably wouldn't go on there. I didn't know it was so much hate out here. I knew it, but I guess to see it's starting to really it's starting to disrupt my spirit. But I've read on Facebook where people made comments like if the guy was gay and they were blaming single mothers for having gay children, like basically, and I'm a single mother, so of course I'm offended, basically saying that it's our fault that. I don't blame the single mother. You know who I blame? I blame the deadbeat dads. Okay.
That's where the fault lies, as far as I'm concerned. But when it comes to gay individuals, as I said, overall, it's nobody's fault.
Right.
Because you're going to be gay, if you're going to be straight. It doesn't matter whether you're raised by one or the other. It is what it is.
Right.
So,
right, and I agree because I feel like that as far as they make it seem like basically, if a person is a criminal, or they make it seem like that person is a criminal because they must have had a single parent, and normally it's a single mother, but that's not true. It's a lot of people that's sitting in jail who had two parents.
Exactly. But see, again, I would not blame the single mother. I don't blame her at all. I blame the deadbeat dads.
Right,
because either they're deadbeats, or either they want to be a thug, or either they're in prison, or either they're 6 feet under.
Right. Because I feel like with my sons, if anything, I was probably tough on them. If they failed, I didn't baby them. I looked at them until they stopped crying. So it was like, okay, in a minute you'll realize it didn't hurt that bad. You're not bleeding. So whereas people feel like women were babying their sons, that's not necessarily the truth, but that's how some people feel. They feel like, oh, he's gay, and because he was raised by a single woman. But normally they'll say it's always the black woman's fault.
But see, I don't see how they could say something like that, because they're not gay.
Right.
How they? Well, that's what made them gay.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I just think that the world is just not accepting of anything that's, outside of what they consider the norm. And let me just say this, because I know I could have this conversation with you. This is why I like talking to you. Our conversations could go on for 3 hours. We don't have 3 hours tonight, but we have talked for some hours. And I feel like this world, if it's something that they don't understand, or that they, based on their personal morals, then the rest of the world is just wrong. And I remember talking to my sister, and if you trace the Bible, a lot of this stuff went on years ago, even incest. How do we think the world was populated?
Exactly.
And at some point, man said at some point, okay, now this is wrong. But it all got started, through incest. Adam and Eve had children, and how do you think where do you think the other children came from?
Exactly.
Their children. And so, and I'm not to say that it should be acceptable now, but we don't think something is wrong until somebody tell us it's wrong. You know what I mean? It's like, this is like racism. We're not born racist. You're raised racist. You don't like my grandson is 1. He won't know the difference if I celebrate Christmas or not. If we never celebrate it, then we just won't celebrate it.
Right.
But it's like people feel like their views, their morals, and their values should just, be across the board, not realizing that people were raised very differently. And,
Exactly.
whereas though I have, gay people in my family. And a lot of times you're not surprised at the ones that end up gay, because you see it when you're young sometimes. So,
Exactly.
but I just think that we're not as accepting. So I applaud you all for this organization. How can someone find out more about the organization? Is there a well, actually, the website.
There is a website, as well as, for the time being, I've just been trying to promote it on Facebook.
Okay.
But here's the problem. Here's the problem that I'm having. I've had a lot of guys send me private messages saying that, well, I would like doing the group. However, my children don't know I'm gay. Or my coworkers don't know I'm gay. And if they are friends of mine on Facebook, they'll see that I belong to this group. How can I join this group?
Wow. So the group is not like a private group?
Well, it is we made it a private group. So that's what I've told them. I've told them that it's a private group, so people who are only members of the group will see what's being said. Now, here's the thing. Even though members of the group would only see what other members are saying, what happens is that on your page, it still indicates that you are a member of that group.
Oh, okay.
That's the problem.
Okay.
So I told individuals that if they really like part of the group and help support them, have to face it.
Okay, but the website I found the website that I printed out is www.blackgayfathers.org.
Yes.
And so if anybody, because I know the hard thing is to come out to your families, and like you said, I don't know how people live that double life. I saw a question posted about that. Can a person live, have a healthy relationship being on the down low? No. Anytime you're living a lie, how is that a healthy anything?
Well, I mean, you're absolutely right, because I pretty much lived the first, 5 years of my life, being married and having a family and, being on the down low and, not trying to let my wife know or my kids know or anything like that. So I lived life for 5 years or so. And it's just like...
It's too much. But Mike, I'm gonna have to get ready to let you go now. I got a couple of more announcements to make, but I appreciate you being able to call in. Well, I call you, but talking with me this evening about your new book that's coming out. Again, is Love All of Me.
No. Well, yeah, that's coming out.
When is the release date?
That should be out the first week of December.
The first week of December? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, just in case someone is just tuning in, I'm going to show you the cover one more time. It's Love All of Me.
Yes.
Okay. Trying to get the
And that's just the final chapter of Sean and Cameron.
Okay, well, I definitely look forward to more conversations with you, and I look forward to reading the rest of your books. And I will talk to you soon.
All right, Miss Kay, it's always a pleasure.
Yeah, always a pleasure.
And we always talk on and on and on.
That's
but I'm going to let you go.
All right, well, next time we'll have that orgy, okay?
You promise?
Yeah, I promise.
I'm still looking for some.
All right, now. All right,
talk to you later, baby.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, bye.
All right, you guys, I got time sure do fly, I tell you the truth, but I have about 10 more minutes. I have a couple of more announcements to make. I am going to go to a quick break, but I do want to play a song for one of my listeners. Like I said, today this is one of my shows to give thanks, and I have one of my friends from the 7th grade that tunes in as often as he can. I won't say your name because I don't know if you want me to put you on blast. I know some people like to stay private, but I do have a song. This goes out to one of my good friends from the 7th grade, so I'm going to play this song and I'm going to go to break, and I'll be right back.
Just like that.
Free me, baby. Free me, baby. Let me lick you up and down till you say stop. Let me play with your body, baby, make you real hot. Let me do all the things you want me to do.
'Cause tonight, baby, I wanna get freaky with you.
enjoyed that song. That was Freak Me by Silk. Again, that was a special request for one of my friends. We've been friends since the 7th grade. And there you have it. So I just have a few more quick announcements from my previous guests. I went through all of my shows from the end of August to October. So now I had November the 5th, I had an episode with Terry Lynn, episode 10, and she wrote a book called Why Did I Like You Anyway? I think I have there we go. Now that conversation went very well, so she will actually be back in the studio. She's scheduled to be back December the 17th, but I am bringing in a male author, and actually he's the author and a host of the TV show Views and Vibes, Tariq Amari. He's coming in with his book, It's Just a Damn Date. So I want to hear the male perspective in response to Why Did I Like You Anyway, because as women, we date with a purpose, and his book is It's Just a Damn Date. So, that's going to be interesting to see that discussion, and that's scheduled for December the 17th. Also, November the 12th show, that was episode 11 with E-Baby. And E-Baby, he is the host of Busboys and Poets in Hyattsville on every Thursday? Well, let's say every Thursday night. Well, he hosts on the fourth Thursdays. And it's from 9 p.m. to 11, $5 cover charge. The list opens at 8:30. But again, that's E-Baby. He hosts that, and he recently won an award for the top 100 spoken word artists. So congratulations to E-Baby for that. I wanted to make sure I gave you that shout out. And then that brings me to the show last week. That was with J.J. Michael. And J.J. Michael's latest book is Secrets and Serpents. If you didn't tune into the show, J.J. writes books based on the metaphysical and the spiritual world. And that was an awesome interview as well. I had some technical difficulty getting that one uploaded, but I should have that one uploaded by the end of this week. So I want you all to go in and I know they're all an hour long, so it takes a lot of time. But again, all of the shows are on my YouTube channel with the exception of about one or two, and that brings me to the reason why, because I am working on a project to have clips from those shows merged into another show. My sister's going to work with me on that, and that's my first show. That was the tribute to Mike Brown, the Ferguson situation, and then I had another show why are black women or black people portrayed the way they are in the media. So we're working on a show so I could put that one together, and then that one will be viewed hopefully early in the new year. But anyway, my time is almost up. I am so honored that you all, whoever is listening to me, I know you're trying to get your dinner together for tomorrow. I want to give a special shout out to the 24 countries that's been tuning into my show. We get my stats every week, and I'm just in awe when I see countries like Argentina and Germany and India and Russia and Nigeria, Romania, the Philippines, New Zealand, Switzerland, Zambia, Croatia. It's just amazing that this show is reaching out to so many people. But again, I am K. Lowry Moore. If you want to find out more about me, I'm on klowrymore.com. And this is Conversations and Confessions. And I am going to say good night. Good night. I do have
Watch this. These are my confessions. Just when I thought I said all I can say, my chick on the side says she got one on the way. These are my confessions. Man, I'm thrown and I don't know what to do. I guess I gotta give part two of my confessions. If I'm gonna tell it, then I gotta tell it